If I can have everybody's attention, if you guys could look my way for a moment. I'd like to welcome you all, new members, old members, everybody who is here. Thank you very much for coming. For those of you who don't know me, I am Christopher Carson. I am the Vice President of Otero Arts. However, I am the President Pro Tem at this time, since our beloved founding president had timed out, or termed out, I guess you could say. And so I'm covering until we have our annual meeting this June. So, and all of you as members are available to vote for that. So, I don't want to have too much time up here. I love what everybody was doing, milling around, talking, and, getting to know each other, which is what this whole thing's about. History of this place, if you haven't heard, we rent this place from the county in kind contributions. So volunteer hours that we give to either sitting in the building, sitting at booths at different events, like I think we've got the Cherry Festival coming up, and a couple of things that we'll probably have a booth out there. And if anybody volunteers their time, that counts as in-kind contributions towards the rental of this place. And it costs us a little over $14,000 a year to rent this building from the county. Okay, we've come a long way in a relatively short time. We started this thing about 3 years ago, and of course then we got hit with COVID and things were kind of slow going. However, since December, our membership has more than doubled. So thank you very much for joining, and we appreciate that. Anything I should add, Chris?
Well, new projects, things that we're trying to do. We're trying to get the
Chris, we're going to cover some of that.
film series going, and want to organize a theater group right now.
Yes, so it's an exciting time. We've got a lot of proposed ideas and things that we're trying to work towards, and I think we're going to do even better in the future. So, and without further ado, let's bring up
And Beck.
There we go.
Welcome, everybody. I'm awfully glad to see so many of you come today. I'm going to talk a little bit about volunteerism and Otero Arts. And in a nutshell, everything in Otero Arts depends on the volunteers. There are no paid staff people. Any programs that take place, the publicizing, the planning, the execution, is strictly done by volunteers. Chris said that the county owns this building, and they lease it to us on a yearly basis for $14,760. The good news is that we can pay off that lease with volunteer hours. It takes us 676 volunteer hours in a year just to pay off the lease. And that's about 169 per quarter. I report to the county every quarter and show our progress toward paying off the lease. The way we are able to do that, Chris mentioned it was in-kind or volunteer hours. The county credits us with $21.20 for every volunteer hour that is spent on behalf of Otero Arts. That is the state of New Mexico's rate for nonprofits. Our obligations, however, extend beyond just paying our rent. We have bills to pay, we have insurance, we have supplies to purchase, equipment to purchase, but above all else, we need to fulfill our mission. And that is to enrich the lives of the people of our community through the arts and to foster a spirit of mutual support and cooperation among artists. The formation and functioning of committees and the development of programs, particularly in this last year that COVID has receded, has driven our work toward meeting our mission. The most pressing need that we have right now for volunteers is we made a decision in this month of April to open our building 4 days a week from 1 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon so that we can have our building displaying this beautiful artwork. We're going to have a monthly rotation changing every month. And we need people to supervise the building and to greet visitors who come to see. We always start these exhibitions with an evening reception, but often people don't have the opportunity to attend those. So we are making the building open. And of course, we have our building open when we have regularly planned programs like our readings and house concerts, which we have started to showcase here. This is a really beautiful building, don't you agree? It is a lovely space, but it did not come equipped to meet our specific needs. The generous donations we have received are allowing us to continue to furnish and buy equipment to make it more functional as we develop programs. Our needs are great, and the opportunities to serve this organization and help it meet its potential are great too. As I said before, a lot gets done through committees, and we always need people who can help us plan and execute events. Here are some of the committees that can use helpers: fundraising, publicity and marketing, budget and finance, landscaping, programming and talent writing, art show coordination, grant writing, policy development, social media and website management. If you have some time and talents that you could share, we would be very grateful for your help. I'm going to go over to the membership table, and as we end this presentation, if you have an opportunity, if you feel like you could make a contribution to this organization, I'd love to talk to you further personally. So come see me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kathy Ramsey, and I'm chair of the membership committee. And I want to thank you for coming. I've had the opportunity to work with a wonderful committee, and they're hosting here today. Sue Bressler is responsible for our cookies, and she does all kinds of things for membership, a lot of them having to do with member lists and when you get emails, and she and Chris, but she has an incredible software system that can help us find volunteers who are interested in doing certain things. On the committee also, Chris Carson has stepped up, not only in his pro tem role, but he's helping us out. Chris is a can-do person, and he's helping us figure out some things on moving forward. Anne, who just spoke, comes with incredible writing skills, and she has been very helpful to us to put together some documents. And actually, once we get back to visiting a little bit, check out the table over here, because I put a number of things that she has just recently updated our Where Are We and Where Are We Going document, which basically is a timeline of accomplishments. We also had Jean Templeton work with us for a little bit, but she's back to a can-do thing rather than a planning thing, which I can understand, which is one of the fun things about this organization. You can really adjust your time to what you can give, and you're supported, and I think that's the whole idea. Janet Ottman, who is has multiple roles in the organization. She's on our committee as well, and a role model for me. She really has done a beautiful job putting together these exhibits. This is Nancy Gregory's work on display, and this is our inaugural effort. So I did want to acknowledge the community. Did I get everybody? I think I did, yes. Okay. The only other thing I really wanted, well, two things. I want to say membership is more than just recruiting members and retaining members, but I see the membership committee as an opportunity to hear what your ideas are and funnel them into the organization. And, you know, we really are about supporting artists. And if you're an artist who's earning a living through their art, how can we serve you? I mean, what are the ways that we can use this display space to promote your work? And so I think we have had an incredible increase in membership, and I can't tell you how enthusiastic that has been. And it's thrilling. And but we really want it to be a good experience for you to join. And that's going to be about what we decide to create together. And we had some wonderful founding folks who had a vision and have held that vision, and we're growing. So your ideas are vital. So that's really important for us as a membership committee, and I just wanted to share that with you. And I think then I just want to end with telling you a little bit about a member story, and this is going to be me. I was pretty depleted coming out of COVID, so much so that I knew I was in trouble. So I reached out to Chris Jones and said, I read this mission about this organization, and I like this mission. And he said, come to a board meeting, Zoom, of course. And that's where this journey happened for me. And my agenda really was to make some friends. And the fact that I've celebrated art all my life. And it's just sort of seemed to all come together under that mission, and I knew I was in trouble, so I needed to reach out. I remember going to a first meeting where I could barely speak. I mean, I really was kind of in trouble with the COVID stuff. And somewhere in there, I kind of morphed into taking on a membership chairmanship and then working with a good crew. And I have been so supported in this organization. I have made good friends. Sue and Chris are some of my closest friends. And, you know, we work together on lots of things. If you ever need somebody on a booth who's promoting an organization, Chris is your man. He's very, very effective in telling our story. And Chris Jones has been our visionary leader, and he held commitment, you know, through some tough times for us as an organization. But, you know, I really have found a connection here. And my friends, these are my friends. This has become my family, and I'm very grateful. And I want us to offer that to other people in the community who might move toward this organization for a number of reasons, whether it's seeking friendships or whether it's they've got art they want to show, they want to use this space. I think artists have a tendency, and I might be wrong, Chris told me this though when I first met him, Chris Ward, he said, you know, artists can get kind of isolated, or they like to work alone, and there's something about creativity that requires that. You know, there's that magic that happens when you're creating, and it's often a lone moment. But at the same time, there's something real special about coming into community. And the enthusiasm that our opening events have had is just astounding. I mean, people are glad to connect, and they're glad to see us celebrating the arts. The undiscovered thing for me is I've suddenly realized I'm an arts advocate. So I offered to Chris that I'd like to be part of some of the other things that are happening in building collaborations downtown. So you've seen a lot on Facebook, if you follow us that way, about how we're connecting with Main Street businesses and Flickinger and the museum. And all of that is about the potential, which this group named early on, and that is to develop an arts and cultural district. And I think it's feasible, and I think we are being recognized as an organization as a key player in that. We made a decision a couple months ago about the model of how we wanted to operate, and we don't see ourselves as a gallery that's in competition with other galleries. Yes, we're a display space, But we're gonna support all the galleries in the community because they're helping artists. We're not a co-op model, but we wanna be a museum model. And what that means is we are about educating and again, creating that support in the community for the arts. So, and that is unique on those collaborative groups that we're sitting on right now, because they come in with different agendas, which is how it should be. But we're claiming arts in this community, and I'm pretty excited. And I never knew that was going to grow out of liking a mission. But anyway, that's been my membership story. So I just want you to know you can get what you want from here, and you're supported in a lot of creative efforts. So, and I think we'll let Chris speak one more time here, because we have a special song.
Thank you, Kathy. And just to add on to what Kathy was saying, this building, such a beautiful building as it is, you know, we call it the art space, the Otero Arts art space, but it's actually your space. And Chris has said this in the past too. It's not my space or his space or even any of these committees that we have. It's all of us, and all of our ideas are important. However, right now I would like to kind of recognize the original idea kind of came along with this. Chris, would you come up here? Since Chris has been our founding president and had been doing all the heavy lifting, we wanted to find a way to kind of say thank you to him. And although this isn't personal only to you, we decided to put together a plaque of our original founding members with you as president, right there. This is something that can be hung on the wall. We would like to kind of have a bag and put it on the mantle. But within, there's going to be a more personal thank you on our annual membership. But I just wanted to share this with you now.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much. I don't know what to say. We want this to be fun. We want this to be fun for everyone. And we have our ups and downs. We got the keys just in time for COVID. But it's getting more fun all the time. And just the other day, we've been sort of talking about a theater group. And so I actually started getting in touch with people who will do just that. So we want to do bare bones plays in here, like black box theater, that don't require a lot of funds or sets or things like that. And so that's just another branch of what we can take on. So the space is for visual, performing, and literary arts. And we have a reading series that's quarterly, and I hope you come to that. Have some very talented people doing readings. But thank you very much.
Thank you.